Shalom Akim. Shalom, shalom. This is your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, coming with another lesson through the Spirit. All right, and Lord willing, this be edifying to the Lord's elect. Before I get started with this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruach Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone and from our grown in this truth under. Shalom to the Akim out there that's pushing the truth, that's laboring in the word, and that's pushing the gospel of the great kingdom that's soon to come. Shalom to the Akwath that's listening in, that's remaining true to the faith, and remaining faithful and submissive to their husbands and guiding their children. And shalom to the hopeful elect of the 12 tribes that scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. To you Israelite foreigners out there who live among the heathen and who look like those heathen nations, but your lineage goes back to the progenitors of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel through the line of your fathers. All right, I want to say peace and blessings to you all. Barakatham. All right. And so, as I brought out during camp, this earlier today, I stated that I wanted to get into this lesson, all right, pointing out, my findings that I seen this morning, and this is what it is. All right. This was from the magazine, The Economist. Okay, in Salakia. This is from the publishing The Economist. All right. And what I want to do is I want to give you a little bit of history about this publication here. All right. So I'm gonna read something from the news, well, pretty much from this website, Prophecy News Watch, and I want to dive into this. All right. The name of the headline is Economist predicts 2026 chaos, war, plagues, and market crisis. All right. War, plagues, and market crisis. It says there is one magazine that represents the interest of the global elite more than any other. It is known as The Economist. And each year it puts out an issue that is dedicated to what is coming in the year following. As we have seen so many times before, these issues tend to be alarmingly accurate. The reason why they are so accurate is because the ultra wealthy elite have an enormous amount of influence over the course of human events. If they are absolutely determined to make something happen, there is a good chance that it's going to happen. Ominously, it appears that they are anticipating a great deal of global chaos in 2026. The Economist has been around since 1843, but it has never had a very large readership among the general population. Ultimately, it is a publication by the elites and for the elites. According to Wikipedia, it has editorial offices all over the planet, but it is primarily based in the center of London, in the city of London. The Economist is a British news and current affairs journal published in a weekly print magazine format and daily on digital platforms. Variously referred to as a magazine and a newspaper, it publishes stories on topics that include economics, business, geopolitics, technology, and culture. Mostly written and edited in London, it has other editorial offices in the United States and major cities in continental Europe, Asia, and the Middle East. The publication prominently features data journalism and has a focus on interpretive analysis over original reporting, to both criticism and acclaim. Many of the wealthiest families in Europe are among the shareholders of the company. And Sir Evelyn Robert de Rothschild was actually the chairman from the early 70s to the late 80s. Aside from the Agnelli family, smaller shareholders in the company include Cadbury. Rothschilds which hold 21% of the shareholds, Schroeder family, the Leighton family, and other family interests, as well as a number of staff and former staff shareholders. A board of trustees formally appoints the editor, who cannot be removed without its permission. The Economist Newspaper Limited is a wholly owned subsidiary of the Economist Group. Sir Evelyn Robert de Rothschild was chairman of the company from specifically 1972 to 1989. So that's a little backstory about this publication known as The Economist. So when you look at this publication here, all right, you can easily find this this image, all right. As a matter of fact, you can take a screenshot of it. You know what I'm saying? Take a screenshot. You can zoom in. You can see all the bits and pieces, because this thing is jam packed with all types of symbolism, okay, and messaging. All right. And when you look carefully at this, all right, when you look carefully at this image, smack dab in the middle, it says 250. All right, 250, pointing to 250 years of America since it's been established. All right, and I brought that out in the previous lesson, okay, that America will be 250 years old, okay, in 2026, July the 4th. All right. And the comparisons with the Seleucid Empire are very much, synonymous with one another. All right. They're pretty much identical. You see what I'm saying? What you see with this image, all right, look at the colors. All right, the coloring is blue and it's red. Okay, it's blue and it's red, and it's surrounded by white. Red, white, and blue. Okay, of course. But the duality with blue and red goes into opposing forces. All right. So there's so much to unpack with this. All right, so much to unpack with this. When you look at this image, all right, you look at it all throughout. The underlying theme here is conflict, war. All right, world war. Okay. In the middle here, you see two swords clashing. Two swords clashing with each other. And in the background behind those swords, you see a graph. Okay, a graph that shows a decline. That's indicating that the economy is going to fall. The economy is going to crash. Okay? To the right here, you see Donald Trump. Okay, Donald Trump as being at the centerpiece behind this collapse. And the conflict, which is where you have the two swords clashing, the conflict between America, all right, and what you have here You have China, and you have Russia, and you also have, all right, Satan Yahoo. Okay? So that's saying what? That's saying that there's going to be conflict involving these countries: America, Russia, China, okay, and Israel. And this is all throughout biblical prophecy. Let's go to Jeremiah. All right, this is Jeremiah chapter 50. Jeremiah 50 and verse 12. It says, "Your mother shall be sore confounded. She that bare you shall be ashamed. Behold, the hindermost of the nations shall be a wilderness, a dry land and a desert. Because of the wrath of the Lord, it shall not be inhabited, but it shall be wholly desolate. Every one that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished, and hiss at all her plagues. Put yourselves in array against Babylon." All right, and we know Babylon, all right, prophetically, is going into America, right? So it says, "Everyone that goeth by Babylon shall perish." Okay, put yourselves in array against Babylon round about. All ye that bend the bow, shoot at her. Spare no arrows, for she hath sinned against the Lord. And what do you see all throughout this whole picture? You see missiles, 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 missiles. All right, missiles, rockets. You see what I'm saying? Okay. At the bottom, you see more missiles, missiles. All right. Missiles over here. What else do you see? You see tanks. Tanks. You see these two people. All right, these two people. The woman the woman on the floor is wearing red, and the man right next to her is wearing blue. All right, and they were trampled over by this tank. Okay, and it looks to be an unmanned vehicle. Right next to it, you see what? You see robot dogs. Okay, robot dogs. Okay, you see more robots here. So that's telling you what? That's telling you that artificial intelligence is going to take over. All right, the entire workforce. That's why you have this robot holding a box. You see what I'm saying? This robot is holding a box. At the top here, you see these Persians. All right, these Persians sitting inside of a vessel. Okay, and it looks like what one of them is handling is oil, a barrel of oil. Okay, so this has a lot to do with Iran, because the Persians are the modern day Iranians. You see what I'm saying? All right, so Iran is going to play a pivotal role in this. You see what I'm saying? And it's going to have a lot to do with oil. So I speculate that they're going to finally close up the Strait of Hormuz. And when that happens, okay, then all hell breaks loose, man, because everything, and I mean everything, goes up in price. Okay? Going back to the center here. Back to this chart in the middle underneath those swords. When you go further down, you see what? You see the dollar sign that's broken up. The dollar sign is broken. That means that the economy is destroyed. Look around throughout this entire image, and you start to see what? you start to see, okay, paper money. The fiat money is all scattered everywhere, meaning paper money will be no more. Coins will be no more. No more. Physical currency will be no more, man. All right, let's get this here in Ezekiel. And let me grab this here in Hub. Check this out. All right, so let's go to Ezekiel chapter 7. Ezekiel chapter 7 and let's start at verse 17. It says, all hands shall be feeble, and all knees shall be weak as water. They shall also gird themselves with sackcloth, and horror shall cover them, and shame shall be upon all faces, and baldness upon all their heads. They shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of the day of the wrath of the Lord. All right. They shall not satisfy their souls, neither fill their bowels, because it is the stumbling block of their iniquity. Okay, let's get this in the NLT if it will cooperate with me. All right, bear with me. Okay, NLT. And let's jump straight to 19. All right, Ezekiel 7 and 19 in the NLT. It says, they will throw their money in the streets, tossing it out like worthless trash. Tossing it out like worthless trash. Their silver and gold won't save them on that day of the Lord's anger. It will neither satisfy nor feed them, for their greed can only trip them up. Okay? And one of the things that you see throughout this image, all right, is a glass of wine. Okay? You see a glass of wine over here, and you see a glass of wine over here. Okay? So what does that mean? That means that there won't be, all right, there won't be any food, there won't be any provision. You see what I'm saying? But also in the spiritual sense, there won't be any wisdom, because the wine symbolizes the wisdom, okay? The wisdom of the prophets. And it's two of them, okay? It's 2 glasses of wine. 2 glasses of wine could go into the 2 witnesses, okay? The 2 witnesses, the northern and the southern kingdom, prophets from both kingdoms, all right, from all 12 of the tribes, okay, no longer being around, man. 2026 may very well be the year that this ministry ends. It may very well be the end of it. What do you have here? All right, you have a man who's trying to put a vote inside of a ballot box. And that's not going to work. Okay, what is Donald Trump been doing lately? All right, he's been setting himself up to where there won't be any more elections. There won't be any more elections. So you're not going to try and vote your way out of this. Then what do you see here? You see the Gavelin, all right? I think that's what it's called. You see the Gavelin, and it's hitting on that thing that the gavel knocks on, okay? But the platform is broken. The platform is broken, which means what? It means your constitution will be completely done away with. The law of the land will be completely done away with, man. You see? When all hell breaks loose, when the chaos ensues, when the economy crashes, what's going to happen? The people are going to revolt. The people are going to revolt, and what's going to happen to that dissent? What's going to happen to when the people rise up? That's why you have the fist. And you have the fist with shackles, with handcuffs. They're going to silence dissent. They're going to silence opposition. You see? You won't be able to protest. You won't be able to voice your opinions, your disagreements. You won't be able to do any of that. That's why you have the American flag behind the fist, because the chaos is going to happen here in America. You see what I'm saying? It's going to happen. All right? Tanks everywhere. Okay? Fighter jets. World War III. World War III. Look at this here. You have this cargo vessel. Okay? And inside of the cargo, all right, it's cannons. Cannons. Firing. You see what I'm saying? And what's that indicating? It's indicating that there's going to be an inside attack, an attack from within. Okay, this is why you hear Trump keep talking about the enemy from within, the enemy from within. Okay? If you look at the movie Leave the World Behind, okay, everybody was confused. What was going on? All right, communications were down. Communications, this is why you see satellites everywhere. Satellites from here, all right, beaming down at the boat. Okay, you got satellites down here. Okay, you got satellites over here. You see what I'm saying? So you're gonna have all of this chaos going on all at once. You know what I'm saying? All at once, and the people are gonna try and fight back, and it's gonna be to no avail. To no avail. Why? Because they already passed that big beautiful bill, and within that big beautiful bill, there is no regulation of all of this autonomous infrastructure. You see? All right, satellites right here. What's this? This looks like a 5G tower. Okay? Then another thing, you look at the ice melting. Okay, there's ice being melted here, ice being melted here. Okay? What else? Look at these syringes. That's another thing. You look around this whole image. You see pills. You see capsules. Capsules everywhere. All right, covering every inch of this whole image. Syringes here, a syringe here. Okay? I believe this is twofold. There will be a pestilence. They keep talking about the next pandemic. Okay? They keep talking about the next outbreak. Right? And this can account for medicine. All these capsules everywhere can account for medicine. But like I said, this is twofold. what I see here, what I see here is the microchip and the syringe. Real quick. This is what I see. I see the microchip. I see the subdermal device that will go underneath the skin. This is what I see. The syringes are everywhere. The chips are everywhere. And this is going to be a global thing. And when they bring this new mandate, all right, there's no question. There's no question. All right, that the Lord is soon to come. This is Revelation 3:11. It says, "Behold," Slakia, verse 10. Revelation 3:10. It says, "Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world, to try them that dwell upon the earth." Revelation 13, verse 16. "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a charagma in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had this charagma, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name." Right? So like I said, you see it everywhere. Everywhere. All right? Then you see this. A video game controller. A video game controller being linked to your brain. All right? There's a lot of talk surrounding this new game that's going to be coming out called Grand Theft Auto 6. And there's speculation that Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be heavily involving virtual reality and digital ID. Okay? So they're shifting in how you're going to be integrated into this entertainment. All right? So needless to say, chaos is going to definitely be prominent in the year 2026, man, because they are going to go forward. They're moving forward with their plans. Okay? And everything must be done before their deadlines. And we already learned that they had to shorten the time, because they know they're not going to make it to 2030. So they're speeding this thing up now. 2026 may very well be the last year. All right? The last year of this ministry, man. You know what I'm saying? And if you haven't received this truth, if you have not received it within you, all right, you're not going to make it out here, man. Right? So as I was setting up for camp, you know what I'm saying, I was already excited through the spirit when I saw this article, okay, of this publication. And as I was setting up for camp, I received this notification from TikTok. Okay. Time is running out. You see what I'm saying? Time is running out. And it's not on your side, man. Let's get this in Romans. Romans 13 and 11. It says that, and at knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. And even though you have these false prophets who are coming out here, with their false doctrine, the elect cannot be fooled. The elect cannot be fooled. Chaos is going to commence very soon, man. And only the elect are going to be riding this thing out. This is Matthew chapter 24. Matthew chapter 24, verse 21. Let's go back. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Verse 24, for there shall arise false anointed and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. Okay? And so the fact that this is being kicked, all right, this is being kicked by a soccer player, means that this thing's going to kick off very quickly. It's going to kick off very quickly. It's going to come suddenly, like bam, all this stuff happening. You know what I'm saying? I speak as a man, but I can see that. I can see that. All these things coming at it like a flash. Okay, and nobody has time to think. And nobody's got time to think. You see what I'm saying? Expect to see attacks from within. Expect to see attacks from within. Expect to see martial law. You see what I'm saying? That will trample over the people. That will trample over your rights. You see what I'm saying? That will enslave you. Expect to see the money, the economy completely tank. You see? And the dollar be less than nothing. Expect to see robots everywhere. Artificial intelligence taking over. And expect to see a clash with world powers. You see what I'm saying? Expect to see the pestilence. And expect to see the chip be mainstreamed now. While everyone is distracted by their sports, their boxing, their Olympics, their winter games. See? Expect it all. You see what I'm saying? This thing is gonna reach a crescendo. We're gonna see our Lord soon. We're gonna see him soon, man. So I'm gonna end this off by showing this one video, you know what I'm saying, that was shared to me by the beloved Akwath. All right, the water beloved. And I'm going to give one more precept. Bear with me.
If you say, like, in the long term, where will things end up? Long term, I don't know what long term is. Maybe it's 10, 20 years, something like that. For me, that's long term. My prediction is that work will be optional. Optional. So
we'll take that.
Yeah. I mean, it'll be like playing sports or a video game or something like that. If you want to work, in the same way, like you can go to the store and just buy some vegetables, or you could grow vegetables in your backyard. It's much harder to grow vegetables in your backyard, but some people still do it.
You take that back.
What long term is? Maybe it's 10, 20 years, something like that. For me, that's long term. My prediction is that work will be optional.
Optional.
Optional. So,
We'll take that.
yeah. I mean, it'll be like playing sports or a video game or something like that. If you want to work, in the same way, like you can go to.
What did he just say? He said it's going to be like playing sports or a video game. What do we see in that image? We saw sports. We saw a video game. Particularly video games being connected to your mind.
Store and just buy some vegetables, or you could grow vegetables in your backyard. It's much harder to grow vegetables in your backyard, but some people still do it because they like growing vegetables. That will be what work is like, optional. It's kind of interesting. And my guess is, if you go out long enough, assuming there's a continued improvement in AI and robotics, which this seems likely, the money will stop being relevant at some point in the future. Currency becomes irrelevant. But AI and humanoid robots will actually eliminate poverty. And Tesla won't be the only one that makes them. I think Tesla will pioneer this, but there will be many other companies that make humanoid robots. But there is only basically one way to make everyone wealthy, and that is AI and robotics.
All right. So what did Elon say? He said that money is going to be meaningless. Money is going to be meaningless. And there will be no more jobs. Let's get Psalms 17 and verse 13. Let's close it out. It says, "Arise, O Lord Yahweh, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword." Kohala Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai Bahashem V'Chakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone of Mount Grown and his True Thunder. This has been your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. I pray this lesson has been edifying to the Lord's elect. Shalom.